Good morning, guys. Today I wanted to do a little bit about the life cycle of a chicken. The reason is because if you are following the 4-H page, they are actually hatching the chicks this year for us. Normally in second grade, we did this in the classroom. And so they were nice enough on their Facebook page to go ahead and do that for us so you can still take part in that, which is awesome. This is one of my favorite things to do in second grade is to hatch chicks. So hopefully this book will help you to remember those steps that we would normally take. All right, so the life cycle of a chicken. Okay. This is the life cycle of a chicken. All chicks have the same life cycle. So egg, chicks, a hen, and a rooster, just like you have a mom and a dad. All chicks begin as an egg. Hens, female chickens, lay the egg. Just like moms carry you in their belly. In our classroom, we put the eggs into an incubator. The incubator's job is to keep the eggs warm so they will hatch. See, so just like you and I need warmth, they need warmth. On the farm, the hen sits on the eggs to keep them warm. So maybe you have some chickens at home and you see the mom sitting on the eggs. That's what she's doing. She's acting like that incubator that we would normally use in the classroom, and she's keeping them warm. We wait for the chicks to hatch. It took 21 days for the hatch day to arrive. We used a special light to look inside the egg while we waited. We saw the air cell, the baby chick, and the veins. Can you see the veins in that picture? This is called candling. And so normally we would take a flashlight and turn out the lights in the classroom and see the inside just like they're doing here in this picture. It's called candling. I see a crack. After 21 days, the chicks start to hatch. The first thing they do is peck through the shell. See that little spot where they're pecking through? The chicks keep working until he has gone all the way around the egg. I see some feathers. Once the chick breaks through, he has to push himself out of the egg. It is hard work hatching out of a shell. Look how tiny. During this part, we don't touch them. They have to dry in the incubator, and then we'll be able to move them into a different area, but they have to dry for a few days and get fluffy. Once the chicks dry off, they go into a special box with a light to keep them warm. This box is called a brooder. Or a brooder. Some people say it differently. In our classroom, normally we use like a cardboard box, or sometimes I bring in like a tote and we put some cedar shavings in the bottom, and it has a little water thing, and there's a light on one side. That way if they get cold, they can go to that side and get warm, and a little thing of food. Last year, my kids, I would get the chicks out for quiet reading time, and you could read to your chick, and they really love that. Once the chicks rest, they are ready for food and water. Chicks can find their own food. They do not need their mothers to feed them. So you see that jar? That jar is just full of chicken food. And so they can go over there and peck and get them some chicken food. After our chicks were dry, we made observations in our classroom. We noticed the chicks were fluffy and soft. The feathers on their wings were already starting to grow. The chicks look bigger when they were dry, and the chicks can be different colors. I like that little brown one all by itself. It's cute. On the farm, the chicks will stay with their mom until they are big enough to take care of themselves. She takes care of them and keeps them safe. Do you notice that chick behind her? Kind of peeking around the corner. The chicks grow up and the life cycle starts all over again. So after our chicks hatch, the 4-H comes and picks them up and takes them back to the farm. So we only have them for a little while they're actually chicks. We keep them for the whole time as their egg, but we only have them for a little while they're a chick. Here's some pictures. You can see they get pretty big pretty quick. That's why we don't keep them very long. All right. I hope that you enjoyed today's story, and I cannot wait to teach you more about chicks.